Before we go, instead of after the show, I want to introduce the band so you know who's playing. Keyboards, Bo Cooper. Pedal steel mandolin, Pat Sievers. Drums, Paul Lime. My son, Christian Nesmith. And Joe Chimay on bass. Tonight we're going to be playing only songs that I wrote that go back like over 50 years. Yeah. And these songs have always usually start off like a kind of movie in my mind. There's each one lives in an imaginary narrative that where the song takes place. It's not so much what the song is about, but kind of where the song lives. It's like a gemstone in a ring or on a bracelet or something. So I thought I would share that setting as part of the introduction to the songs. They're little mind movies, and you can share them with me. So, figure it's late 1880s. In the great northern plains of the U.S. next to the Mississippi River, a small town, there's a train platform. He is a big man in his late 40s with a barrel chest and a big beard. She's a slip of a girl, a brown-eyed 18-year-old in a long calico dress with a hat, red hat tied around her hair. Through hard winters and famine and flood, they are all that's left of a family that came here years ago. And today, she's excited. She's also a little bit nervous because she steps on the train and leaves for school in the East. It's her first trip away from home. She waves goodbye to her dad till she can't see him anymore. We stay with her dad, who now alone behind his best horse and his buggy, trots down the dirt road to this sprawling ranch that he's built over the years with his own hands. And he starts to think back about his life with his daughter in these times. He thinks about the affections as well as the fights. He thinks about her leaving for school for the first time. And it brings a smile to his face. He clicks up his horse into a canter. It's a good day with new beginnings for both he and his daughter. From Magnetic South, this is a triptych of songs: Calico Girlfriend, 9 Times Blue, and Little Red Rider.
I think we did a little shortened show for it yesterday.
Watching the stars as they drop in, making the nighttime a fool, wandering over a roadway, changing the signs of the times, looking for love and a new day, seeing with more than our eyes. Of time and its hope that we'll win, then softly drop out of the race. did it with such love that you're standing far above me and all I did to you. I'm sorry, what can I do? I know that never in the world could I have found me such a girl who's there to pick me up before I fall. So if in the end we should go both our separate ways, I know the lesson I've learned here is worth it all. Give me one kiss and I'll go. Bye-bye, sweet miss, give me one kiss, but don't let it show. Then turn your brown eyes to the wall. Was that message there before you were so wise? Thank you. All right, we're in an urban setting now. Present day, it's an apartment building downtown. It's full of people coming and going, seeing each other every day. They're pretty close. Everyone's in and out of each other's apartment. There's a deli downstairs, and they greet each other when they see each other on the streets. And they know each other pretty well. He sees her often. Sometimes he brings her dinner or something, a gift. She sometimes will make them dinner, both in their apartment. They are together a few nights a week. They are lovers. And one night, standing together over the sink, the tiny kitchen, as they dry the last of the dishes, he watches her a long time in silence. In the twinkling of an eye, something has changed. So, he says this to her. I've known for a long time the kind smile that covers teardrops, the way your head yields to your heart, the things you kept inside that most girls could not bear. I've known you for a long time, but I've just begun to care. Of all the heartache, I've known of all the pain. I've seen you when the sun shines, I've seen you when it rains. I've seen you make a look of love from just an icy stare. I've known you for a long time, but I've just begun to care. Oh, I know I've been blind to not have loved you all this time, but the image of you was not clear. I guess I was standing too near, so it's taken me a while. Oh, but I have finally found what you are to me, and that's what really counts. And what you are to me is something we can share. I've known you for a long time, but I've just begun to care. The image of you was not clear. I guess I was standing too near, and so it's taken me a while. Oh, but I have finally found what you are to me, and that's what really counts. You are to me is something we can share. I've known you for a long time, but I've just begun to care. Yes, I've known you for a long time, but I've just begun to care. '50s, a sidewalk cafe in Paris. It's on a sunny day. There's a cobblestone, and the rattle of taxis and the ding of bicycle bells. An awning hangs out from the side of a building over crowded tables. It looks like bustling, like a painting out of Renoir. In the midst of this convivial crowd, a couple sits in silence. There's a distance between them. She is modern. She's beauty in scarf and sandals and great big dark glasses. He is a dashing young man with fine features, now drawn in concern. She wants to be a mother. He wants to be a lover. There is sadness, tension, to tristesse. They both know that before they can love each other, they must first love the same things. At last he says for both of them what he knows must be said. The song is Different Drum. Of a different drum. Can't you tell by the way I run every time you make eyes at me? You cry, you moan, you say it'll work out. Oh, but honey child, I've got my doubts. You can't see the forest for the trees. It's not that I knock it, it's just that I am not in the market for a girl who wants to love only me. I'm not saying that you're not pretty. No, all I'm saying is that I'm not ready for any person, place, or thing try to pull the reins in on me. And I feel pretty sure you'll find a man, and he'll take a lot more than I ever could or can. You'll settle down with him, and I know you'll be happy. Try to pull the reins in on me. And I feel pretty sure you'll find a man. You'll take a lot more than I ever could or can. You'll settle down with him, and I know you'll be happy. So I see no sense in this crying and grieving. We'll both live a lot longer if you live without me. We've got to learn to live without each other. That's all it is. We've just got to learn it. We just got to learn it. We can learn this. present day in a small house in a neighborhood just after dark. It's the home of a working couple, small tiny house. They're struggling to make ends meet, so old and worn furniture that's been passed down over the years from loving families. And as the night settles in, she kisses her child, pats her off to bed. He sits and studies, he's hoping for a better future. And then, as she has for many nights past, she goes to the window and looks out at the neighborhood houses all the same. She stands there, stares, and then she sees her reflection in glass. And she sees herself only getting older. So this panic has been creeping in, but now it just surrounds her. She's never given a thought to running or to leaving this place, but now, tonight, in some wild rationalization, it just seems right, and she turns to him and she announces her intent. Well, he's stunned at first. He's a simple man, he's unsure of his words. He's by times sad, and he's angry, and he's afraid, and he's hurt. And after a moment, though, a calm comes over him, and he gets his confidence up. And he stands up, and he pulls her to him, and wraps her tight in his arms. It takes two to tango. It takes two to get a divorce, but sometimes only one simple, loving thought can save a family. This song is Son of Shelley's Blues. All right, we're late in the day, timeless rural setting. Rolling hills, a meadow, a picnic under a weeping willow by a pond, and there's a yellow harvest moon that just has lit up the deep purple and dark orange sky, and the air is sweet with romance. She is in a sundress, big straw hat, feet tucked under her, and she sits on the grass. She's a youthful beauty. Her world is new. It's full of discovery, and she's fascinated with him, her first love. He is gentle, he's patient, he's a bit older with his own memories of fascinating young women. As the twilight turns to evening, she gets up and she whispers her first false lover's promise into his ear, and then walks away toward her home, to her mother and father, from whom he is a secret. He knows what's happened. The futility of the romance is clear to him. It has been for some time. So now, as he stands alone in this old and somewhat familiar dusty road, he knows that he has to make his own way home too. Two songs play through this vignette, Joanne and Silver Moon. thoughts that I'm thinking speak in sighs, as that same old wave of loneliness returns. I can see you when I close my eyes, speaking very softly as you turn. I'm standing in the lonely light of the silver moon. I'm looking over maps of memories for the road. Standing in the lonely light of the silver moon. The unexpected destination of my home. Well, I don't know. Now I must go. Go and let go. I'm standing in the lonely light of the silver moon. Oh. I'm looking over maps of memories for the road. Standing in the lonely light of the silver moon. At the unexpected destination of my home. The unexpected destination of my home. The unexpected destination of my Late 1920s in one of the grand cinema palaces that were just being built. So it empties quickly and the lights come up at the end of the movies and the crowd leaves fast and leaves him alone in his seat by himself, savoring the possibilities he's just uncovered in his own thinking. This new cinema has evoked forgotten desires. Would he ever act on them? Should he? If he were to act, where might he end up? How would he find himself? Who knew the blank white movie screen would be his tabula rasa? Who could have imagined the collective dreaming in a theater could force the questions, what is real and what is unreal? And if life is a journey, then where is home? From the album Radio Engine to the Photon Wing, 2 songs, Rio and Casablanca Moonlight.
I'm
the window, I'm seeing the sound of the sea. My feet have come loose from their moorings, and so I'm feeling quite wonderfully free. I think I will travel to Rio. I'll use the music for flight. There's nothing I know of in Rio, but it's something I could do with the night. It's only a whimsical notion to fly down to Rio tonight. I probably won't fly down to Rio. Yes, there's wings to the thoughts behind play, and dancing to rhythms of laughter makes laughter the rhythm of rain. So I think I will travel to Rio. I'll use the music for flight. There's nothing I know of in Rio, but it's something I could do tonight. It's only a whimsical notion to fly down to Rio tonight, and I probably won't fly down to Rio. But then again, such a sense of well-being. These problems have come to be solved, and what I thought was proper for battle, I see now it's proper for love. So I think I will travel to Rio. I'll use the music for fun. There's nothing I know of in Rio, but it's something I can do with time. It's only a whimsical notion to fly down close and dance the rumba. That's why they're there. Rocket magic pouring off the silver screen, taking me to places no one has ever been. Fly the Jack Clipper, sail the Sally B. There's no need to try to tell me it's not what it seems. Because it all takes me home. It all takes me home. It all takes me home. Summer sun in the palm, swaying beside a clear green sea. Movies of Atlanta are all that I can see. Still enchantment wakes me, enchantment takes me to the promise of a perfection outside the dream. Older young pulses in the Casablanca moonlight. Pomade and perfume fill the summer air. Ladies of the island, ladies of estate, mingle close and dance the rumba. That's why they're there. And it all takes me home. It all takes me home. It all takes me home. Sweet home. Sweet home. Sweet home. Thank you very much. So let's become the camera. We'll look through the camera now. Our lens is clouded over. We pull back, zoom out a little bit, and we can see a raindrop. And it falls away from us down towards the city street, and we start to pull back. And we watch as it falls into a dark, wet city street. And we just keep pulling back from the city streets. The landscape opens up, and now we can see off to our right is a waterfall, very high, falling down into the estuary of a white sand tropical beach, huge arching palms out over the water. You can see the oceans. We get higher and farther back, and now we see all the oceans of the earth laid back, laid out on a plane in front of us. And now, like a map, it wraps around a sphere, and we pull back, and we see that that's our blue Earth, and it's a planet in our solar system. And we can see the whole solar system now. We're so far away. And then we can see their solar system in our galaxy. And we can see the whole galaxy now. We keep pulling back farther and farther. It reveals more and more in our mind's eye, infinite in its reach, reveals the cosmos to us. And then a final pullback, almost impossibly far, and we gaze and wonder as it shows us that all of this is reflected in the minute eye of a tiny yellow butterfly that has just landed on the back of our hand. The song is Yellow Butterfly from the top. In the night, the jungle glistens by moonlight, and somewhere sails a yellow butterfly. Her flying silent sound. Mother wakes and father turns a candle flame serenely burns, and somewhere sails her flying silent sound. Mother wakes and father turns a candle flame serenely burns, and somewhere sails a yellow So we're out in space, stay at the International Space Station. He wakes up from his sleep cycle and he drifts down into the observation pod. All the crew members are still asleep, the other crew members. But from here he can see way out into space. And stars and their colors, they're all arrayed like those pictures we see in the newspaper, the Hubble telescope. The glow of the Earth is this arc above him, and the moonlight is a reflection of the sun. And slowly it occurs to him, where once he thought he was in a universe of darkness, he realizes that he is in a universe of light. In every direction of thought, everywhere there is darkness, the light destroys it. The darkness is powerless. against it. Two songs, a diptych, Light from Infinite Rider on the Big Dogma, and Rays from the album of the same name. There's a light from the doorway. There's a light from the hall, but the light from the